Dark
Lord. Guys, I think it's a town or something of the sort, or some kind of community.
Or it could be a really badass eel up there.
Yeah, Baylock, you like the eels, right?
I do.
Got any more of those portals?
No.
We're gonna count. How about we count to 12 in our heads?
12?
You and I, 2 rounds.
Oh.
You and I swim ahead. You split left. I split right, and you guys follow after 12 seconds. See what we see.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
I'm going with you. I'm not trying to like.
Okay,
We're
so
scouts.
we're going that way, we're going that way. I thought you meant like you're splitting me and you.
Yeah, we're gonna go in and
So, okay, cool.
pincer attack.
I'm losing my muscle, yay.
Between you two right now, by the way.
So the tunnel's only like marginally larger, so it's like what, 22 feet?
By this point, you're probably looking somewhere between 25 and 28 feet across.
That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, I guess
Alright.
you hug a side, I hug a side. I'm still not trusting those holes because I'm thinking of those fucking snakes that launched at us last time you decided to shoot something to a fucking hole.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Continuing up ahead, as you approach the area, the light appears to be coming from the top section of the tunnel and shining down into it. Getting closer, you can definitely see that the tunnel, past where the light is, shoots down at a steeper angle. As you approach where the light's coming from, you can look up and see that the top portion of this tunnel looks almost clear.
Another fucking angry fish.
As if
Does the light...
make a perception check, the two of you.
Don't fuck up.
Alright, now it's
Remember
me
you're
that's
trading.
gonna rolls.
New
Use
dice.
the force.
Oh.
24. It appears as though the ice here is not as thick. There's an opening on the other side of where this light is coming through.
Does the light look just like like an amplified version of the light we've been seeing from the
Correct.
ice? Okay. Would I
It very closely resembles the ambient light around you, only more direct, if you will.
Okay. No, it still doesn't resemble anything like sunlight or anything.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
It's just that.
It just appears to
from
be,
within, it's just bright,
yeah,
so brighter
it's
glow
a
within.
subtle duality of the way that the light reacts where you're at currently, as opposed to where it's reacting on the other side of this section of ice.
I saw nothing. What the?
Pretty
There's
light.
water
We just
here.
had the better angle from the direction I went.
Do I even
There
see
you
the
go.
light?
There you go.
So I think right about here is where we would
by the light.
rush in.
Alright, so
Yep.
I'm going to share with, I guess, first with Bonnie and then the rest of the group as they catch up.
Okay. She informs you all of,
Definitely pointing out the drop.
and this, with the section of light being here, you're constantly having to just ever so slowly swim in the opposite direction due to the pull of the water heading down that way.
How strong that is.
It's not incredibly strong. The tunnel is pretty large, and it's a lot of water. So yeah, if it was any narrower, you could tell that you might be in some trouble. But with a slight slow swim in the opposite direction, you can keep yourself pretty steady.
No temperature change that we noticed.
No, not at current. No.
I'll be sticking side by side with Arkin.
Okay.
Well, in ice, do we break it and try and go up?
I could probably help with that.
The other thing to consider, though, is breaking that ice could change the current that we are currently in. There's a change in water flow or water.
Oh, that's a good point. It would be pretty shitty
We
to
might think we're going to go up and so we just
sucked down.
I have pittance and harnesses. I can hook us to the wall and see what happens. I can hook us all.
And also, it does that we also get sucked down with it, so
Then-
with ice currents.
Or all the water might end up getting sucked out and we're just left there hanging.
If you can untuck yourself from the
I'm just saying, that's a possibility.
I mean, even that would sound better than just turning
Rocks
into
fall,
the
you'll
hardest check ever.
Yeah.
Because if the current increases and the plane of water is infinite, we might just sit there and fucking go up this forever.
Or the other option is just run towards the current, towards the hub. Just see what's at the end, or we see what's up there.
So we have the dark
I'll
drop
push you.
pit, or we can try and go.
Anyone's gonna push him, it's gonna be me.
Okay, it seems to me like we might be under ice, and breaking that ice might give us a different.
Outcome.
Doth, Lexi, do you know anything about the plane of water that we don't know?
Ice is water.
We've.
Do I?
Well,
Am I
Not this section. The overall geography of the plane of water, you know some, having traveled the plains. But the Frostfell is an area that not many people travel to. There are a number of areas very similar to this in each individual plane. They're all the border sections, and not many people go to the border sections. It's chaotic, there's weird magic that happens out there, and strange creatures that happen because of a confluence of elements.
why don't we have her check her staff?
That's a good idea.
Survival check will just save me out here while I have no idea what I'm looking for.
Not per se.
Yeah, not right now. I'll save it for later.
You don't have enough information to really make a survival check for gaining any additional information. If you want to make a nature check,
I'll do that.
and you said that you're going to go ahead and activate your staff.
Activating blind rage.
Okay. Holding your staff out
That's good.
and activating it, you can see on the diagram of within 100 feet on all sides of you, you can see in the center where the whole party is located. Down where you see the tunnel take a dive into the darkness, to the extent of 100 feet, it continues to get steeper into an almost straight down dive. You can see the tunnel back behind you. A handful of small hand-size, maybe halfling-size holes. They all kind of meander off into the distance before connecting into the large one that you're in currently.
And the ice does have light, correct?
What do you mean?
The ice, it still has light, right?
And we all thought the same thing. We already know where you're going.
Sadly, I thought this was
I'm trying to...
all the ice has that
Yeah,
same light.
nothing has changed, nothing has dimmed or anything like that, no.
Excellent.
And you can see above where the party is at currently a separate chamber, almost like a half circle, like a hemisphere, above where you guys are currently at.
Okay.
Can we see any of those like
Are they
tiny tunnels that lead into that chamber?
No, those all seem to be under and
That was
going
a good
off in
question.
different directions from where you are currently.
Are you sharing this information?
Yeah.
You can see it.
It displays it.
Yeah, she activates the staff, and it's
Yeah.
it looks like those like futuristic movies where they see like a holographic projection. That's
Okay.
what you see.
I didn't know if she could only see it or we could all
Nope.
see it. R.
Hold on.
Call upon your God.
I just want to point out that looks like a bowl up there. You ever poked a hole in the bottom of a bowl?
It all comes
I don't
out.
know why that was funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, let's all hook ourselves to the walls. I'm pretty sure let's get as high as we can to this.
Help me.
Pretty sure we can climb our ways out.
Don't make that assumption.
What if lava comes
Water's strong.
or acid? He's holding
Water
that
pressure
acid.
can be very strong.
He doesn't.
How large does this bowl look?
Like on the map.
You guys are probably about, let's call it, like, if you activated your staff about 10 feet below the layer of ice, it's probably about 30 to 40 feet tall
Okay.
in the center at its tallest point.
Can we see the diameter of it?
Can we see through it? Can we see through the ice?
You haven't really tried. Your perception check gave you about as much as you could see through the ice. She got a slightly better look at it as far as there is
Yeah,
a definite change on the other side. It's not quite pinpointing. Did you
I'm
make a nature check?
16. I was waiting for you to finish.
No diagram or anything?
There are different conditions on each side of the ice, is about as far as you can tell.
Okay,
You
that's
can't
still
quite
enough.
tell what or why or where, but there are different conditions on each side.
All
I'm
right.
still in favor of trying to get not submerged under ice water. So I would like to break the hole and
Okay, so you would like to. Okay.
and hope that there's not.
Are we in agreement for once?
If you all are in
The
agreement,
best
I just
thing-
want to make sure we got a consensus.
If we all start to
Except for
fall, I
this.
have everybody.
Because I can make a flaming sphere and just have it burn a hole straight through that.
Let's see. I'm again worried about pressure change, and then we make we agreed that we're gonna try and go through the hole, and then we still get sucked down into the current anyway.
I can stop
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
I can stop us from falling.
I mean,
Can?
How?
Mhm.
Just because? Okay.
He's Superman.
you know what? Actually, I just
It is
remembered
fine.
something. I might have
It's
something
I mean,
for this
I
as
have
well.
room-
You're
They're trying
you're-
to find out my abilities.
I have room.
You're
to
not. You're not.
I have tons of ways to not get taken down but then we're splitting the party,
I have all of us.
and I have no way of getting back. I don't.
I have all of us to stay right here.
Okay.
You're being smug about it.
Yeah.
No.
I'm the
And you're
DM,
not.
and I'm not even really sure what he's talking about, so.
That's
Such a
not.
smug
Never
fella.
mind, I don't have it
You're
prepared.
so smug, bro.
I have a spell that'll stop us from falling.
You do?
Are you talking about Featherfall?
Yeah.
Yeah, they already saw you guys. They already saw you use it at the
Oh,
drow
okay.
battle.
Don't worry,
And
you
that
guys-
doesn't stop you from falling. It makes you fall slowly.
Yeah. So we'll be
You
able to
still
save
fall, but
Okay,
you
but
fall
we're
slowly.
not really falling. We're just it's changing levels of the water. I'm not
So-
sure how the physics is going to work out on that.
ourselves. Fair enough.
Just throwing out
Well-
some missed opportunities. I did have water walk prepared, but I took it
Oh
away.
god.
Wait, I have control of water. What am I doing? Let me burn through this.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's got a good point.
Hooking up to the drinking butter.
Just
So with that,
Now,
I'm,
not that it will matter. They are both concentration spells,
well, I'll have to
so
drop
it will
one.
be a matter of losing one to gain the other.
Wait, you're
But,
making a
like I said,
concentration
not that it
device.
matters, but giving you a heads up in case.
Can you put this in the trash? bin?
So
Ooh.
yeah, I'm going to spend one of my charges to make a extra big round
Wait.
flaming sphere.
Treat it
Okay.
like a hammer.
wait before you do that. How thick is the
Actually
ice?
don't have a hammer.
You don't know.
Get a sword.
Okay, and I'm going to
Now I need a hammer.
make the
Are
flaming
you
sphere.
are you talking about possibly eating somebody?
I like that idea. Me!
Jesse?
Before you do that, I'm going to use my ring of X-ray and look through it, see if I can see anything.
Oh!
I forgot I had it. I remember
Oh my
just
God.
in fucking time.
Little
I remember just in time.
You did say those are halfling-sized holes, correct?
Ah,
And we can plug up the holes afterwards.
holy shit.
Petition to turn Jesse into an ice butt plug.
All in favor, say yay.
Yay.
That's 4.
That's 4 out of
Okay.
3.
I thought of
Yes. Taking a
Holy
minute
shit.
to concentrate, looking through the ice, you can see on the other side of it, you can see just an empty chamber. There's no features, there's no people, there's no anything. Just
Can I
an
see if there's
empty
water?
chamber. It does not show whether there's water or not. There's nothing. You don't see anything moving, you don't see a current, you don't see anything that would give away whether it is air or water. But it is an empty chamber.
Okay, I'll relay that to the group.
So my still burn a hole through this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get through it.
Shit.
Double-sized flaming sphere going up through the ice.
All right.
What? Oh, double size. Okay. I was like, what was that?
That'll make like a 10-foot radius hole, I think.
Yeah. Yes, it would.
So that's a big ass hole. Just
Yes. It takes a second. The flaming sphere is not as virulent here underwater, but it works. Pressed up against the ice, it takes a second before the ice starts to melt away, and then it starts getting faster. And about 10 feet up, you see as it bursts through into another section with a bloop before the water levels itself out.
I'm gonna keep pushing it up and be like, okay, let's go up.
All right.
Swim up after it.
So is he gonna be looking like Goku with the spirit bomb as he's swimming up? Well,
Kind
this
of. Kind of, yes.
That's pretty funny.
All right. Swimming up into the 10-foot tunnel, reaching the top of where the flaming sphere broke through the ice, as your head breaches water into an air-filled chamber.
Oh, thank fuck.
As the water on your face immediately starts to freeze. Blinking your eyes, just flakes of water, like frozen water, falling off of your face.
Do y'all want me to ritual cast Leomin's tiny hut real quick so we can dry off?
I'm gonna just drop the sphere, not close enough to harm me, but close enough.
To
where it
dry.
Helps a little bit.
Are you using like divine magic right now as kind of like, you know, a little impromptu sauna?
He's already used the spell. We might as well just freak one.
I mean,
Can I just like hit
Cold water does
myself
make
with
your
my
face
little
soft.
flurry thing and like dry all of it off?
do you want to hit yourself so hard in the chest that it just like all the water just goes?
I just want to look like a cat in a blow dryer.
Well, remember I have a push thingy.
Oh, you're just
Yeah.
gonna put. So,
He's
so,
gonna
like,
Fusro Da himself.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking he's gonna hit himself so hard in the chest that for like a second, there's like a split second, there's gonna be like a Gyatso shaped like icicle.
we do it just
What is it?
because-
The Sub-Zero ice clone?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. That's what I'm thinking.
I can see that. All right.